Welcome to Cowes on the Isle of Wight in the UK, and it was on these waters that the very first America's Cup was raced back in 1851. It was a race that continues to have a huge impact on the world of sailing.
And this is where it all began, the Royal Yacht Squadron. Right on the shores of the Solent, it's the UK's most prestigious yacht club. And tonight, it's the venue for the most prestigious event in our sport, World Sailing's annual awards.
Hello and welcome to the 2021 World Sailing Awards. Wherever you're watching around the world, it's great to have you along. The awards are virtual this year, which means we are live from the very heart of the Royal Yacht Squadron. It's a club that is steeped in history and tradition, but arguably it's also where the first steps were taken on the technological journey that's given us modern foiling racing yachts that we see right across the sport now, from the America's Cup to the Olympic Games. Last year we missed out on the awards, didn't we? But the good news is that this time around we're going to celebrate 2 years in the sport.
And what a 2 years it's been. An Olympics, America's Cup and a Vendée Globe. And that's just in the last 12 months. It really is great to be back. And we begin this evening with a look back at a year in sailing and a message from World Sailing President Juan Hailey.
Today, we are celebrating 27 years of World Sailing Awards, the remarkable accomplishments of our athletes and our global sailing community is in the spotlight. In what has been incredibly challenging 18 months for sport worldwide. Today, we also celebrate 20 years of support by Rolex World Sailor of the Year Awards and 3 years of support for the 11th Hour Racing Sustainability Award. This has been an amazing period for global sailing. Now let's have a look at this moment.
Each year, World Sailing's 11th Hour Racing Sustainability Award highlights 4 sustainability projects from around the world. They all aim to make a difference to the world of sailing by reducing its footprint, increasing participation, reaching out to underrepresented groups, and finding new innovative ways to reuse materials. This year's nominees all fulfill that criteria, and they all have the potential to completely revolutionise entire sectors of the sport. They are all very different, but they are all demonstrating efforts to bring about much needed change and in turn inspire others to follow in their footsteps.
Well, the initial judging phase was carried out by an expert panel made up of 11th Hour Racing staff, World Sailing officials and sustainability experts as well. Here is the panel shortlist.
Sail Africa Youth Development Foundation. Formed in 2008 when sailing in Durban, South Africa was considered an exclusive pursuit, the project aimed to increase the participation of black sailors and female sailors. In the time since, the number of girls racing has increased and podium positions have improved year on year. Sailing is now a much more multicultural sport. The programme has doubled as a life skills initiative, ensuring positive, sustainable outcomes around alleviating poverty, reducing inequality, developing education and creating environmental awareness. Foiling Sumoth Challenge. The Sumoth Challenge brings together students across the world in a competition to design, manufacture and sail a sustainable moth. The students develop more sustainable aspects into the whole process, which varies from the build of the boat, innovative design features, material selection for its components and moulds, the manufacturing processes, and the end-of-life plans. Their innovative ideas help to demonstrate how the marine industry can reduce its overall CO2 emissions. International Optimist Dinghy Association. In 2021, the International Optimist Dinghy Association, the largest youth sailing class in the world, introduced a new programme, ROPE, which stands for Recycled Optimist Parts and Equipment, where sailors bring extra equipment to championships, which is collected, catalogued and distributed to local sailing schools in need, as well as to specific schools, clubs and countries, giving it a second life. Northern Light SRL. After the successful launch of the first eco dinghy in 2020, Northern Light presented the first recyclable sport boat in the world this year, the Eco Racer. It is 7.69 metres long and built with Northern Light's own R-composite technology, which allows for roughly 90% of each boat to be recycled. It is derived from thermoplastics, linen fibres for the hull and deck and a recyclable atlas. The Eco Racer also boasts an electric outboard and solar panel fueled bilge pumps.
My name's Todd McGuire, the Managing Director of 11th Hour Racing. I would like to congratulate the 4 finalists of the World Sailing 11th Hour Racing Sustainability Award. You were chosen out of a highly competitive group of nonprofit organizations, teams, individuals, events, sailing classes, and manufacturers. You are the innovators within the sailing industry, focused on the sustainability of our sport and restoring the health of our ocean. So on behalf of 11th Hour Racing, thank you.
We're joined now by representatives of all 4 nominees. Good evening, welcome to you all, welcome to the show. Give us a wave in your 4 countries. Hello folks. I just have to say, inspiring work from all of you, so really a big congratulations from us. And we look forward to seeing the impact being felt right across the sailing world.
World Sailing, of course, extends its sincere thanks to 11th Hour Racing for supporting the award and providing this incredible platform for these initiatives to have such a positive impact on the sport globally. However, there can only be one winner. The winner of this magnificent trophy, which is made from recycled carbon from an America's Cup yacht. Now, in my magic envelope is the winner. And the winner of the 11th Hour Racing Sustainability Award is Sail Africa Youth Development Foundation. Well done, guys. Fantastic. Oh, it's so lovely to see such big smiles on all of your faces. This must mean so much to you. Can you just give me a little insight into what this does mean for you guys and also the project?
First of all, thank you very much. I'm just out of words right now. It really means a lot to us. And as Sail Africa, there's quite a lot of things that can actually, I'm just out of words. Okay.
Can you just tell us a little bit more about the project itself?
Yeah, racing sustainability. Well, we are both sustaining racing as well as looking after our oceans. So yeah, that's some of the projects. If you go to our Facebook page, Sail Africa-Durban, you'll see a lot of our current programs. Our instructors all race every day. There they are. So yeah, and congratulations, and I'm sorry for the other guys, but thank you very much.
Yeah, I think we can add here that the benefit to Africa, and I think the big benefit to development bodies like ourselves is huge, because when small bodies like us who come together to benefit the community, when we do this and we win trophies of this nature, which is absolutely tremendous, it gives encouragement to the rest of the world and the rest of the development programs. So it's an amazing thing. And what we are doing, as you will have seen, is we're contributing to the, if you like, the newly developed South Africa, which needs to move on and is moving on. And we give tremendous enthusiasm and confidence to the people through sailing. So it's an amazing thing that sailing does for everybody, and we're very grateful that we're part of it, and very grateful, of course, that we're involved in the winners of this magnificent trophy. That's fantastic. Thank you to all of you.
Very well done. Congratulations to you all at Sail Africa Youth Development Foundation. Well done, of course, also to all our other nominees picked from a really high quality shortlist. Now, World Sailing is committed to serving the global sailing community, and as the governing body for the sport, the Federation supports member nations on every continent. This year has been very challenging, but through its actions, World Sailing has helped communities with initiatives that have energised the sport when it needed it most, as World Sailing CEO David Graham explains.
A warm welcome to sailors all around the world to the 2021 World Sailing Awards. Today, we're here to recognise and celebrate 2 years of achievement in sailing with the Rolex World Sailor of the Year Awards and the 11th Hour Racing Sustainability Projects in Sailing. The last edition of the Vendée Globe was a journalist's dream from start to finish. The stories of human endeavour emerging on a weekly basis. The formidable field of superhuman skippers, entertainers with their battles and unity against Mother Nature. Competitors putting their competitive advantage at risk and also their life to help others was incredible. We also broke a world record with over 1 million racing virtually. Thank you to Virtual Regatta, our valued partners, for putting together such a fantastic platform for us to engage with the race. The Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games were also a huge success. The event drew praise from the IOC, athletes and audiences around the world. Thank you for the warm welcome from the community in Enoshima. We just launched Steering the Course Women's Sailing Festival in both the Northern and Southern Hemispheres. Gender equality is a key priority for World Sailing. Our Women's Forum and the World Sailing Trust are doing a great job in this space, and our sport desperately needs it. We were delighted to see the new America's Cup protocol last month, the top of our sport, leading by example. With the easing of restrictions, we have seen many of our special events return. There are just 2 more races left in the Sail GP season, which is keeping us on edge as the top 3 teams, Australia, USA, Japan, are separated by just 1 point. Bring on Sydney in a few weeks' time. Last month we officially launched Back the Bid parasailing campaign. This section of our sport is critical, and tens of thousands of sailors around the globe are making that very clear with their social media engagement with our joint efforts to get parasailing reinstated to the Paralympic Games in 2028. The individual and team brilliance on show over the last 2 years has been inspirational. The commitment required just to get to the start line during this period makes this year's awards surely the most hard-earned since the awards began. And this has been reflected in the engagement globally as we've had more votes than ever. A huge thank you to Rolex for standing by our side for the last 2 decades. Sailing is very proud to be your partner. Tonight also honours exceptional sustainability projects in sailing. Sailing being recognised as one of the sports leading the way in sustainability belongs to 11th Hour Racing. The expert guidance and considerable resources they are putting into the sport at large all over the globe, and the impact that he's making is truly humbling. Our sport is indebted to 11th Hour Racing. As there is still so much to be done in this space, this remains a #1 priority for world sailing. The 4 projects featured here tonight have made and are making a difference to the way our sport functions. Well done to you all. Thank you to our volunteers, classes and M&As for your continued drive, especially over the last very difficult period. And finally, thank you to all nominees tonight. You are a complete inspiration to us all, but most importantly, to the next generation of sailors. And before we move on to the Rolex World Sailor of the Year Awards, a quick message from our Paralympic ambassador, Hannah Stodel.
So the Back the Bid campaign is really just a campaign to raise awareness of sailing's current situation within the Paralympic Games, and it's really the start of our big fight to get reinstated back in the Games. We've been super fortunate with the amount of support we've received from the sailing community, and it's just been amazing to see how far-reaching the campaign has got, and to have some truly incredible sailors backing the bid to get us back to the Paralympics where we belong. Sailing has really flourished in terms of parasailing. I mean, the numbers are up everywhere. World Championship numbers are great. That's all down to the work of World Sailing and their supporters in raising awareness, in allowing opportunities for countries to get involved, running Paralympic development camps, and it's just been amazing. And to see the numbers where they are, even though we're not in the Paralympic Games, is quite incredible. I think it's just so important that we get back to LA 2028. I mean, we're all devastated when we were dropped from the Paralympics, and I think sailing as a sport is just so inclusive. There's no other sport like it where all different disabilities can jump in a boat together and compete on the same playing field. There's just nothing like it. It's a genuinely magical sport for breaking down those barriers, and we deserve to be in the Paralympic Games.
Now it's time for the Rolex World Sailor of the Year Awards, the most prestigious accolade in the sport. And some of the biggest names in sailing have held this trophy here. They've held it aloft, and in a few moments 2 new winners' names will be added to the pantheon of great sailors recognised for their achievements. It's the 20th year that Rolex has supported the awards, and we're excited to continue this journey together.
The return of competitive sailing brought with it some amazing competitions, including the incredible Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, a memorable America's Cup, and the toughest challenge in sailing, sailing solo non-stop around the world in the Vendée Globe. For athletes shortlisted for these awards, it has been a time for resilience and determination to get back out on the water and compete. And now we are seeing world and continental championships taking place across all classes and right around the world. And because of the events of the last 18 months, this year's event covers the period from September 2019 to August 2021. It brought with it a record number of nominations. Between them, World Sailing's 146 member national associations and its 119 racing classes have nominated 39 athletes, representing a total of 19 nations.
And those nominations have been shortlisted by an expert 9-strong panel, including 5 former World Sailing Awards winners: Joe Alec, Teresa Zabel, Santiago Lange, Mateusz Kuznierovic and Shirley Robertson, alongside Di Cafari, Craig Lewick, Jan Rochereau and Luca Rizzotti. Well, before we announce this year's winners, let's have a look back at the sailing legends who've won this trophy over the past 27 years.
Well, congratulations to everyone who's on the shortlist for the Rolex World Sailor of the Year award. It is an amazing award to win. Very, very proud of the fact we've been selected for the award. Good luck to all of you anyway, and good luck to the winner, whoever that may be.
Congratulations to all the nominees of this year's Rolex World Sailor of the Year. It's an extremely prestigious award, and it shows how diverse our sport is, as it recognizes some incredible achievements all across the board in the different disciplines of our sport.
Hi, I'm Teresa Zabel, and I received the first World Sailor of the Year award with Peter Blake and Robin Knox-Johnson. For me, it was a real honor and a privilege, and it's one of those recognitions that I really treasure in a special way. I hope you do also.
I became the World Sailor of the Year. It was such a great honor to win the most prestigious award in sailing. Congratulations to all the nominees of the World Sailor of the Year 2021. It is a huge recognition to all the effort you put in your sailing career, and I hope you can keep up the great work and continue to expand to different types of sailing.
Wow, a roll call of the best in the sport over the last 30 years. And so to tonight, and first we're going to announce the Female World Sailor of the Year award, an award won by such leading lights as Shirley Robertson, Ellen MacArthur, twice by Sophia Becker-Toru and Emilia Sulfer, twice by Caroline Brower, once solo and once with Mary Ryu. So a real who's who of women's sailing.
This year's nominees are such an eclectic mix. We've got Olympic gold medalists, world champions, world record round the world sailors and past winner. It's a truly stellar field.
The panel selected 5 nominees for the Female Rolex World Sailor of the Year award. Let's see who they chose, starting with a French sailor who in November of 2020 set off on a captivating adventure.
A record 33 Imoca 60s started the 2020 Vendée Globe. Amongst them, race rookie Clarisse Kremer. 87 days later, she was back with a new women's outright solo circumnavigation record.
The Vendée Globe is really a huge event and a huge race in France. So many people watch it on TV, go to the start, go to the arrival, and the previous skipper on the Vendée Globe from Banque Populaire had won it, so it was difficult not to have more pressure. After 2 or 3 weeks by myself, I just stopped comparing myself to others, and I was trying to go faster than they were going, but I started living the adventure for what it was, and what I will always keep in mind is this sensation of just being in another world. When you're by yourself like this for such a long time in places where almost nobody goes, it's a feeling that is very magical, and yeah, I'm going to cherish this feeling for a long time. as far as the women record is concerned, to me the fact that I was beating the record only showed that so few women were allowed to do this race, and so few women were allowed to do it with a new boat. So it was not really my glorious moment. It was just showing and representing something that was really beyond me, and that was very bigger than me. I feel already so lucky and privileged to have done to have been around the world like this. So to be nominated for this prize is just amazing. I'm a bit speechless. It's really crazy, and I'm very proud and very impressed by all the other nominees.
Well, that was Clarice Kramer. And next we have 3 Olympic nominees. All 3 of them won gold in Tokyo. Martine Grael and Kahena Kuntz of Brazil triumphed in the women's skiff. Anne-Marie Rindom from Denmark, already the 2019 Rolex World Sailor of the Year award winner, won in the women's single-hander. And the British pair Hannah Mills and Ailey McIntyre won theirs in the women's double-hander.
Already a double Olympic medalist, Hannah Mills went into Tokyo 2020 a seasoned Olympic athlete. By her side, Ailey McIntyre was an Olympic rookie. Together, the pair sailed Mills into the Olympic history books.
This Olympics was definitely probably the biggest challenge for me. I think defending champion, changing crews, the delayed year, it was a big month, but one that I look back on just really proudly.
I honestly can't describe the feeling of winning gold. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it just feels so unreal. I've chased it for my entire life, and now I've been trying to get my head around how I feel about it, and I actually feel like I've been defending 2 gold medals. I feel like I've been defending Hans and my dad's, so to get mine feels pretty amazing.
I definitely look back on our performance at Tokyo, and for myself and for us as a team with our coach Joe, like how proud I feel about what we did out there, because I definitely think it was my best Olympic performance out of the 3 games that I've been lucky enough to go to.
To go to the Olympics and perform like we did, and to really pull together, and I think we were the best versions of ourselves we've ever been.
It's a really strange title, I guess, to have the most successful female Olympic sailor of all time, and I just think, you know, each Olympics is such a journey. You learn so much about yourself, but I guess the overwhelming feeling is that, you know, I can't actually wait for someone to better it. I can't wait for someone to beat me, because I just think it's so inspirational for female sailors growing up to just have constant role models breaking records and being successful, and that to me now is really, really important.
For the build-up to the last Olympic Games, Martine Grael and Kahena Kuntz were enjoying a dream run into a home Olympics. 4 years on, the landscape looked very different. Regatta time had been scarce, and a successful gold medal defence looked a big ask.
Coming up to Tokyo, it was a very big goal to be able to achieve a 2nd gold medal, because we were not sure if we could get that medal. Especially in the beginning of the event, we had a really hard time, and coming back, it made it so beautiful.
And our first race, the spinnaker sheet got cut, and I was so frustrated because, I mean, we were winning, and then it happened, and I was like, oh, like, but we were like always fighting, and we were always like seeing the light in the end of the tunnel. So I think that gave us more strength to keep going, you know?
I think when you stand there alone, it feels a little bit strange, because you know that so many people is part of that. But I think we achieved our goal twice, and that's amazing. Now it's just it's troublesome to find a goal better than that, you know. And so we just always trying to find our dreams to try to beat them.
Yeah, I was like grateful for all the people who were around us, giving us strength and helping us to keep sailing, and for all, like, I think the people in Brazil, all the kids, and yeah, I was like feeling blessed and super happy.
An Olympic bronze medal in Rio went on to ignite a fire within Anne-Marie Rinden. It was a fire that would go on to forge a string of medals in the build-up to the Tokyo Games, leading eventually to Olympic gold in Enoshima.
After Rio, I had the biggest dream in me, like it's something to be at the Olympic game, but then to actually win a medal is absolutely amazing. But then to look at someone winning gold is just absolutely just put a fire in me, and I just wanted, the day after the Olympics in Rio, I knew that I was just gonna go for it next time and just keep training. And it's been some good years. It's been hard as well, hard work, but it's been fun and very challenging. Of course, you set a goal of winning an Olympic medal, but it also it kind of seems empty if it's only about the results. So actually become like a whole person and having a good personality and be a good sailor. It's so much more than results, and that was our goal for this period. I think that's been the way forward to do this. The memories from Tokyo is it's crazy. So the race is just over 6 days, and the first 4 days just goes great. But then on the 5th day, I call it Black Friday because everything went wrong. And yeah, I don't think it could have been more wrong than it went that day. But then to be able to rise again for Sunday and just keep fighting because it's not over until it's over, I'm pretty proud of that. It's the whole team that has to come together and make this happen. And not be able to give that goal and dream to them, that was just heartbreaking. So yeah, when it happened in the end, I was so happy for not only myself, of course, but for everyone, because the medal that I won is for the whole team.
And finally, let's take a look at the flying Daniela Moroz, the 2021 Women's Foiling Kite World Champion. Moroz has dominated the class, also winning 3 European Championships and being named US Sailing Yachtswoman of the Year twice.
As the sport of kiteboarding flies towards an Olympic debut in 2024, American Daniela Moroz has dominated her sport. It's been an extraordinary year of convincing victories that's seen her claim her 5th consecutive world crown.
Yeah, 5. It's a big number. It's a whole hand. It meant a lot. I think I was really proud to kind of represent my team in a way and represent the US squad that has been working together this whole year. It's been such a great year, so to be able to do that, with my team behind me and with their support was really special. This year, I think the World Championships were especially a big deal just because it was the first, kind of major event of the Olympic cycle going into the 2024 Games. And yeah, I think the level has become much more professional and the whole culture of it is much more professional. I think that it's cool to see that transition and be a part of that transition. So I think to see how many, sailing coaches are getting involved and just other sailors are getting involved and are taking interest in it too is really cool. It's been a real pleasure to be part of the US SailGP team this year. I think that, just being around those guys like Jimmy and CJ and Andrew Campbell, it's just next level. And I feel really lucky to be a part of that group and to be able to tap into that knowledge and learn from them. So I think it's just a really exciting time in the sport, and also as a female athlete, there's so many more opportunities with the recent America's Cup announcement, and it's an amazing time to be a woman in sailing, and I'm very excited to take advantage of that and just take whatever opportunities come my way.
What a fantastic 18 months for women's sailing, and so many different talents and skills. We know the public, voting right up to the wire today, have had an amazing lineup to choose from and just so difficult to pick from the 5 dominant nominees. And I am so pleased to say that we have managed to get together 4 of the 5 nominees with us online, joining us from around the world. Now, sadly, Clarice could not be with us this evening, as typically she is currently mid-Atlantic, sailing back to Europe. But for the rest of you, oh my goodness, welcome. How lovely it is to have all of you here. I'm going to start with Hannah and Ailey first. Hannah, I'm coming to you. You are now the most decorated female sailor of all time. What does that mean to you?
It's actually just completely bonkers, to be honest. You know, growing up, I dreamed of winning an Olympic gold medal, and then I've always been very ambitious and very competitive, and so yeah, I can't quite believe I'm here. But you know, I look at the other nominees, I look at Martine and Kahina, and you know what they could do at the next Olympic Games, and you know they could beat that record, which is just, I think, phenomenal and really inspirational to just see the kind of caliber of female athletes we have around the world today.
Well, very best of luck. We're going to talk to Ailey as well, because you two are always together. It's very rare that I don't see you guys together. Ailey, defending your father's medal and also supporting Hannah in her 3rd Olympic medal, or 3rd Olympic Games, should I say. And, you know, now you're here nominated for Rolex World Sailor of the Year. Just a quick snapshot of the emotion right now.
Just, to be honest, feel totally privileged of watching everyone's stories in more detail and seeing the girls of the games. To be a part of this crew is amazing, and you know, to see how women are empowering this sport, and it's just amazing to see and be a part of this lineup.
Well, very best of luck to you both.
Anne-Marie, thanks for joining us. You certainly gave us plenty of drama at the Olympic Games on what you're calling, you know, Black Friday. But you're now at the World Championships in Oman, I believe. Tell me they're going a little bit more smoothly for you.
Yeah, I hope so. We only sailed one day. We had 3 races today, so a lot of time on the water, and just trying to stay awake here. But it's very easy. Very excited.
And we appreciate you getting up in the middle of the night to come and talk to us. So very best of luck for the rest of the awards.
Daniela, now I think you are in sunny California, am I right? I'm very jealous if you are.
I am, yeah, living it up in Southern California and Long Beach right now.
You mentioned in that VT, you know, World Championships, Sail GP, you mentioned it was a fantastic time to be a woman in this sport. Just tell me a little bit about what being nominated means to you and what a lineup you're up against.
Yeah, it's so incredible. I think just to be listed along the rest of these girls is amazing, and they're so inspirational for me, and it's such an exciting time to be a woman in sailing, and there's so many opportunities now, and it's so cool to be, you know, I feel like I've nailed the timing on that, where I'm coming in at 20 years old and, you know, ready to take advantage of it all, and just, yeah, super excited for the future.
Well, you certainly make the rest of us feel very old. Good luck, Daniela.
Let's cross to Brazil now, where Martine is online for us. It's unusual to see you separated from Kahina, but just what does your future hold now? I know you've done an ocean race. Can we see you do more ocean racing?
Well, with the delay of the Olympics in 1 year, I think it's going to be very much together with the Olympic cycle, but not saying it's impossible, but doing the whole races, I think it's a little bit too much. But yes, I would love to. But and I just so honored to be here among all these girls that they've been like my idols, and I've seen them along the boat park in Japan, and just watched on, you know, going around the world. And I think I'm a really big fan of so many girls here, and I'm so happy of what a level we are up to now. And just watch these girls in action is just amazing. So I'm really honored to be amongst them.
Okay, best of luck. Let's bring your sailing partner in, Kahina, who I believe you're in Portugal. What about, you know, your Olympic career now, Kahena, for both of you? You've been so super dominant in the 49er FX. What's next?
Yeah, well, we raced the World Championship now in Oman, and it was a great time for us to be together and think about our next step. And I think we are still young and with so many new futures goals ahead that we decided to do Paris, and I'm super looking forward to that. And I think, yeah, our goal now is to incentivize all the girls in Brazil to start sailing with us and start after Paris maybe their own campaign. So that's our achievements for now.
Kahena Martin, very best of luck for tonight.
Well, as the mother of 2 daughters, I'm certainly excited for their sailing future with all of those role models. So thank you so much to all of our nominees for joining us. And now it is my absolute honour to announce that the World of Sailing has decided that the female 2021 Rolex World Sailor of the Year award goes to Hannah Mills and Ailey McIntyre. Absolutely incredible. Hannah, once again, we have been here before. Congratulations. And Ailey, a first time for you. Hannah, I want to come to you first. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy for you, and it's so well deserved. You know, what an end to an incredible year.
Oh yeah, I'm completely blown away. The lineup this year was absolutely incredible, and you know, there's so many people, females, that didn't even make the list that have achieved so much over the last 2 years. Yeah, I'm just incredibly proud. I'm so proud of Ailey for everything she put into this Olympic campaign. She's just been the best, most amazing teammate to do this with. Yeah, just really honoured.
And Hannah, I mean, gold medals, World Sailor of the Year, you know, trying to bring a more sustainable future for our oceans and protect our ocean health. I mean, the future is so bright for you, but what is next for Hannah Mills?
Oh, yeah. I guess I just, you know, echoing what Daniela was saying, I feel privileged to be a female in sailing right now. You know, there's so many opportunities out there coming through with Sail GP, the America's Cup, and you know, I really hope to be a part of forging that pathway for female sailors today, but also female sailors of the future, to make it a sustainable pathway. And then obviously with all the sustainability work, you know, it's inspirational to be a part of a federation like World Sailing that is taking sustainability incredibly seriously, and their role and what they can do, and seeing other athletes like Pete and Blair, what they're doing in this space, and Sail GP, what they're doing. It's just, I just feel incredibly lucky to be involved in such an amazing sport.
Well, Hannah, of course, you wouldn't be a winner here without your stablemate, without Ailey. Ailey, we've seen the emotional pictures of you on that podium out in Tokyo. You're now Rolex World Sailor of the Year. What do you want to say?
Oh, I mean, I'm a bit emotional. Han almost made me cry there. And I just want to say thank you firstly to Han, but thank you everyone for voting for us and for all your support. And you know, we wouldn't be here without you, and we wouldn't be here without all these amazing women pushing us. So thank you everyone, and thank you to our team. God, you have done so much for us. And yeah, there's too many thank yous really to say.
Well, Ailey and Hannah, well done and congratulations. Absolutely fantastic. It's been a privilege to watch your journey, and of course to all of the nominees this evening.
Yeah, well done everyone, and I'm so glad I didn't have to choose from that incredible group of sailors. Now, tonight we are celebrating sailors who've been winning trophies and medals sailing the oceans of the world. But there's a new branch of sailing that's exploding onto the scene. Take a look at this. The 2021 e-sailing season has been fast and furious. Kicking off with the virtual Vendée Globe, A brand new record time of 68 days, 22 hours, 16 minutes and 4 seconds was set by Jean-Claude Goudon, known as Tigrou, beating the 1.1 million strong fleet of e-sailors. The 2021 e-sailing World Championship season launched with the first ever Mount Gay Challenge, a week-long event. Then came the inaugural Olympic virtual series, lasting over a month during Tokyo 2020. Champions were crowned in 3 classes, as well as the offshore race from Rio to Tokyo. Carlos Lumka of Turkey won the laser race, Lucas Moore of Denmark won the 49ers, and Great Britain's Arthur Farley won the Nacra race. Over 117,000 players took part, an incredible feat for the series debut. The E-Nations Cup then took centre stage with a record 15 countries competing. By this time, the e-sailing World Championships were really heating up. Winners of e-regattas throughout the season had already booked their place in the final, leaving 747 players battling it out for the last 6 spots. The winners were decided in an amazing blockbuster e-sailing weekend. Top 8 could all take the World Championship. A world champion for 2021 is a Spaniard, Carlos Parejo.
We have all the players from the team in Aarhus in the 49er. Tristan, he needs to time the touch. Oh, Tristan gets the penalty. The next e-sailing Nations Cup winners are the nation of France.
Fascinating stuff, and such a rapidly growing sector of the sport. It's great that World Sailing have embraced the esports community. Now it is time to find out who will be crowned male Rolex World Sailor of the Year.
Now, like the female nominees, this year's group of male nominees represent the full range of the sport, from the Olympics to the America's Cup, Vendée Globe, Sail GP and more. There are 5 nominees in the men's awards, so let's take a look at them now, beginning with Yannick Besteven, the recent winner of the Vendée Globe.
The 9th edition of the legendary Vendée Globe saw 8 boats finish the race, all within just 1 day of each other. It was an incident-packed circumnavigation that ultimately saw Yannick Besteven win the prestigious title on board the foiling Maître-Coq.
Bonjour à tous, en direct de la Transat Jacques Vabre à bord de Maître-Coq. Ce petit message pour vous dire que je suis très fier d'être nominé au World Sailor of the Year parmi tous ces grands noms de la voile internationale. Alors c'est sûr que pour moi d'avoir gagné le Vendée Globe, c'était une épreuve très difficile. J'ai demandé beaucoup de travail avec toute mon équipe, même si c'est une course en solitaire. Et je suis très fier pour moi et mon équipe de l'avoir gagnée. Cette course où les grands noms de la voile se sont inscrits, cette course qui m'a fait rêver depuis tout jeune. C'est vrai que le niveau des bateaux a énormément augmenté, notamment grâce à l'arrivée des foils. Donc c'est vrai que c'est très engagé de faire le tour du monde en solitaire sur des foilers. D'autant plus que cette année les écarts ont été vraiment très faibles et qu'il a fallu se donner à fond. Ça a été vraiment une régate planétaire. Il a fallu se battre tous les jours entre la fatigue, la gestion du matériel sur cette course d'endurance que le Vendée Globe. Et ça s'est joué vraiment à très peu de choses. Et je suis heureux de pouvoir afficher mon nom sur la liste des vainqueurs de cette course prestigieuse qui est ce Tour du monde à la voile en solitaire. Voilà. En tout cas, merci beaucoup pour votre nomination et on croise les doigts.
Now, how do you compare that with what we're about to see? Because as Yannick was sailing into France as the Vendée winner, another highlight of 2021 was coming to a climax. Remember what that might be? And Tokyo was only a few months around the corner as well. Well, the New Zealand pair of Peter Burling and Blair Tuke won the America's Cup on home waters in Auckland before heading to the Olympics in Tokyo to defend their men's skiff title from Rio. Giles Scott of Great Britain was also at the Cup in Auckland before he relocated to Tokyo as well to defend his men's heavyweight dinghy Olympic gold. And Kieran Badlow, well, he was new to the Games and had big boots to fill in the men's windsurfer.
Pete Burling and Blair Tuke had a lot to defend in 2021. They started the year in Auckland defending the oldest trophy in world sport in front of a sailing-mad home crowd before attention turned to Inoshima and an attempt to defend their dominant position at the front of the men's 49er.
March 2021 will always be with me for sure. That was an amazing experience to be part of Emirates Team New Zealand. Amazing team. And to win the cup, defend it on home waters after bringing it home from Bermuda. Yeah, absolutely. Lifetime goal and achievement. So yeah, just felt very privileged to be part of that team.
Yeah, it was a pretty special moment and one that feels like a long time ago now with so much that's happened in between. But definitely every time you look back at the photos, it does put a little shiver on the back of the neck. Obviously New Zealand was in a pretty strange situation at the time where there weren't many international people on the water, but I'm not sure whether we would have fitted. It's just so busy out there, and pretty amazing time, and something I think we're pretty lucky to be a part of.
No better privilege and sort of honour, I guess, than representing your country at the Olympic Games. And we went there with all intentions to try and win another gold medal, but it wasn't quite to be in the end. But yeah, very proud to win another silver for New Zealand. With Pete, it's been an incredible journey.
Been through some tough times together, been through some pretty amazing times together, and something that I think we both just really enjoy that challenge of trying to push ourselves to another level and just see where we can get to with our sailing. I think we're never afraid to take on a challenge, and really looking forward to what the future holds as well.
For a man used to leading the field, Giles Scott's build-up to Tokyo 2020 was at best unconventional. He could have started his Olympic regatta off the pace, but instead put down a gold medal winning performance.
I was the defending Olympic champion, of course, but I'd had a bit of a rocky run in with a bit of a late charge and some events that didn't really go my way. So I was confident that I was getting better, but I was realistic that I don't think that I was necessarily the favourite going in. My Olympic sailing really had to take a back seat throughout all the period that I was getting ready for the America's Cup and racing within the Challenger Series.
We should have a nice little putt to jibe in on this boundary as well, Ben.
I think there's quite a few positives I did take from that. I was operating in an extremely stressful environment with an awful lot of pressure stacked on me. So I think going through that within 7 months of competing was certainly a very powerful tool in my armour, and went some of the way to compensate for the lack of actual fin sailing I was doing. I sailed probably the best 4 days, the last 4 days of the fleet racing of my Olympic sailing career, and yeah, I made life a little bit difficult for myself. And in that final race, I mean, it was just about trying to claw my way back into it, and thankfully I was able to. In terms of Olympic sailing, that was it for me. It was my last fin regatta. Spent almost 15 years of my life sailing that boat, and I was very much aware that it was coming to an end, and to be able to go out on such a high, was an amazing thing to go through, and certainly something that I'm to date, in terms of my sailing, most proud of.
The Netherlands have dominated the men's Olympic windsurf class, so Dutch Olympic first-timer Kieran Badlow had a legacy to defend. A 3-time RSX world champion in Inoshima, he took Dutch windsurfing to even greater heights.
There was quite a bit of pressure from different people on my shoulders that were kind of expecting me to just bring home the gold. So that pressure was definitely there, and I just tried to not let it get to my head. And It was a new experience for me, definitely. It was the first time I had so many eyes watching me and also expecting me to do well. I was super happy with the way things went at the games. Obviously, if you, from an athlete's perspective, there's always things that can go better. But looking back at it, yeah, I just managed to stay ahead of people enough every race. Like I wasn't that much faster or sailing that much smarter, but just enough to get a small margin every race. And you do that consistently, which I managed to do. By the end of the week, that margin becomes quite big. And yeah, it's a dream scenario if you can have it that way, that you go into the medal race and you're close to guaranteeing a medal, or in this case, the gold medal. It's a very proud moment to claim gold and to represent your country at the Olympics, and to stand there on the podium, to have, you know, a moment of absolute silence and the national anthem starts. I think that was actually my highlight from the whole week, just that particular moment of silence and then the first notes of the national anthem. It's a feeling that you can't even, like, I can't even describe what it's like. So I think that says enough, that it's that special. The future is looking very exciting for us. We're gonna use foils. It's going a lot faster and a lot less breeze. So for us as Olympic windsurfers, it creates a whole lot more excitement, more opportunities, and yeah, a couple of fun years ahead.
Well, if there's one sailor in this group that's shown extraordinary versatility, it's Tom Slingsby of Australia. Foiling catamarans, foiling moths and ocean sailing, they've all been on his tour card for the last 18 months, and he's been winning everywhere.
There can be few sailors excelling across so many different disciplines right now as Australian Tom Slingsby. From big boat offshore sailing to the speed of Sail GP via the dynamic foiling moth. It's been a year that's seen Slingsby rack up a string of enviable results.
It's been a big year, and there wasn't too many breaks in between events, but I loved it. Yeah, the moth class is just a beautiful class, and it's a beautiful boat, but also the people involved in it. Yeah, the caliber of the sailors is just unbelievable. It's just a great fleet, and I was honoured to be there and be up the top of it. Sail GP is going amazingly. There's definitely no complaints from our end. We're leading we're at top of the leaderboard, and yeah, the racing is just so cool, and you just can't make mistakes. If you make a mistake, you get made to look pretty bad at times, and if you're not on your game, you get found out pretty quick with the caliber of sailors in Sail GP at the moment. So we're stoked to be at top of the leaderboard with the names that are on our heels and trying to overtake us. The middle sea race was amazing for me. I actually haven't raced on Comanche before. I've always been up against Comanche. Yeah, I think with that boat, with that wind forecast, it was basically up to us not to mess it up. Yeah, an amazing forecast, an amazing team, an amazing boat, and I was very privileged to be a part of that. I just feel like I can jump in any type of boat and have some success, and I'm in such a great place with my sailing, and I'm really enjoying it more than ever. I'm just such a lucky person, and I'm just sort of along for the ride at the moment, enjoying every moment, and the results will be what they'll be, but I've just got to enjoy the process, which I am.
Well, another star-studded category this year, and another impossible choice facing the public vote. So how do you compare sailing around the world solo with a 50-kilo foiling moth? That's the challenge, but that's also the beauty of this sport. And I'm pleased to welcome the male nominees to the awards show from all around the world. A big good evening from us, whatever time it is where you guys are. Before we hear from the 4 of you, or 5 of you, that we've managed to get on, now Yannick is, he's just on the Transat Jacques Vabre race, and he has sent this message as to why he can't be here.
Good evening. I will be in the air at the time of the ceremony. Thanks for the nomination. I'm very honored. Good luck at all the nominees. See you soon.
Well, Yannick there in Martinique, looking very nice. Lots of different weather patterns for our different nominees in those boxes. Let's just start with Pete and Blair in the middle of the screen there. What sort of future is ahead for you guys? Are we looking America's Cup? Is there going to be more Olympics? Tell us all.
I mean, it's a great question, and for us, it's, the future's obviously very exciting. There's plenty of opportunities there, and to be honest, we're still working out exactly how it looks. But I think it's today's all about reflecting on the last year, and it's been amazing results and a huge honour for us to be part of the group that's here tonight.
So it's relatively early morning there, and Pete, I know you've gone round to Blair's house there. Has he cooked you a decent breakfast or anything?
Yeah, I've ended up round at Plea's house. I'm not too far apart. We're in Auckland, so it's good to be here. No, he hasn't actually cooked me a breakfast or made me a coffee yet, but maybe after this.
All right, guys, best of luck for the rest of the awards tonight.
Right, now let's go to Tom Slingsby. Tom, are you in Australia at the moment? Where I can't keep track of where you are because you are just everywhere.
Yes, I'm back in Australia after 7 months in Europe. It was a pretty long stint, but I was fortunate I got to do some pretty cool sailing. But very happy to be home in Australia for Australian summer.
Tom, as we just saw in the film, your year has been absolutely incredible. Middle Sea Race, Moth World, Sail GP, you name it. Is there anything left on your bucket list that you haven't done yet?
Look, no, probably not. I've kind of achieved a lot of things I wanted to achieve in sailing, but I'm honestly having the most fun I've ever had. I'm getting so many amazing opportunities to sail different types of boats, getting the call up to sail Comanche in the Middle Sea Race, and then to lead Team Australian Sail GP. I'm just really in a fortunate position, and I'm loving my sailing more than I ever have. So yeah, I'm just along for the ride at the moment.
Hey, and look, if you're not enjoying it, what is the point? It's great to see you so happy, Tom.
Giles, let's bring you in. We're kind of, the birthplace of the America's Cup, somewhere that you would know pretty well. But what does life hold for you after the Olympics now?
Well, hopefully trying to correct a bit of, a long-lasting wrong in having that cup not back where it was first conceived. So yeah, the America's Cup's next on my horizon, and very much looking forward to that.
And what's the next step with that, Giles? Just give us a bit of an update.
Well, we've obviously had the rules agreed, which is great, and I think now for all the teams involved, it's about piecing together a team, building some boats, doing some critical design work, and yeah, just really, beginning to really try and get after it. It's the cup always moves on, and it's always exciting. And I think where we've landed with the rule and the type of sailing that we're going to be doing, and the opportunities that are out there for a lot of people is certainly very exciting for the sport as a whole.
Giles, good luck for tonight.
And finally, let's go to Kieran. Kieran, I'm so pleased to see you in a shirt and tie, but I'm devastated. Where's the mohawk?
Yeah, the mohawk only comes out on special occasions, but yeah, not for tonight.
Hey, this is a special occasion. I mean, Kieran, this is your first Olympics. You had an incredibly successful time. You had the whole of Holland right behind you, rooting you on. You had a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and now here you are lining up against the world's best sailors for World Sailor of the Year. What does that mean to you?
It's just really an honor to be, sitting here amongst these sailors. It's obviously a big award, and to be sitting here with all these guys that have achieved so much. Yeah, I just feel privileged that whatever I do on my little windsurfer is good enough to be here.
It's definitely good enough to be here, Kieran. Very best of luck to you and to everyone tonight.
Yeah, a big thank you to all our nominees for joining us. And now it's my great honour to announce that the world of sailing has decided that the male 2021 Rolex World Sailor of the Year award goes to, opening the envelope, it goes to Tom Slingsby. Well done, Tom.
Congratulations.
A huge congratulations to Tom. As we've discussed and seen in the VTs, in the videos already tonight, you've won plenty of things. Where does this prize, this award, sit with you?
This is huge for me. Thank you to everyone who voted. It's just a huge honour. I remember when I was a little kid, I was 15 years old, I wrote down my career goals, and it was to win the Olympic gold medal, to win America's Cup, and to win the World Sailor of the Year. And I'm very fortunate. This is the second time I've won World Sailor of the Year. The first time was 2010. And yeah, to be 37 years old and feel like I'm still improving. As I said, I'm so lucky to be in the position I am and to get these amazing opportunities and to win World Sailor of the Year again. I'm just so honoured, and congratulations to all the other guys, some unbelievable sailors, and I really honestly wasn't expecting this at all.
So Tom, as you said, you've hit all your goals more than once, but you're only 37, a bit early to be retiring. So what's next for you? Are you going down the ocean racing route?
I can safely say the ocean racing route is not for me. Those guys are too hardcore for me. I prefer my own bed, and yeah, I'm not as tough as those guys. Look, for me, I actually don't know what the future holds. I'm just loving all types at the moment, but for sure my immediate goal is to try to win Sail GP again. We've got to compete in Sydney in a couple of weeks. Pete and Blair will be there, and a lot of amazing sailors. So that's my short-term goal, and then for long-term goal, who knows? But I'm looking forward to an exciting future.
Just kind of on a sort of serious note, also for young sailors watching this, how difficult is it to switch from these different boats and different disciplines?
At first it was really tough. And I'm a laser sailor. I grew up sailing lasers. I pretty much only sailed lasers for the first sort of 10 years of my sailing career. But I forced myself to learn a lot of different classes. Nathan Outridge, a good friend of mine, he really taught me a lot about high performance sailing and foiling boats and faster boats. And now, because I do it so often, I feel like I can jump in any boat, and within a day I pick up, I sort of tune into the speeds of the boat and what's going to make it go quick. And it's just a real joy to do, like to find a new type of boat and try to learn how to sail it. Nathan Outridge, myself and Ian Jensen are jumping. We've been loaned a boat and we're jumping in for the 16-foot skiff nationals here in Australia. We're going to sail together for the first time instead of against each other for all these years. And that's going to be another new fun challenge. It's really cool at the moment what we're able to do in sailing, and yeah, a real privilege.
Tom, it's great to see your smiling face. It just shows us what it means. Congratulations. And well done to all our nominees.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. And, well, bad luck. Maybe next time. Cheers. And our friends at Rolex will be in touch shortly with our new Oyster Perpetual Yachtmaster watch for all our winners.
Well, 3 awards, 3 challenging choices, but in the end, I think you will agree, we have a very deserving 11th Hour Sustainability Award winner in Sail Africa Youth Development Foundation. They were so pleased, weren't they? And once again, a huge congratulations to our 2021 Rolex World Sailor of the Year award winners, Hannah Mills and Ailey McIntyre, and of course Tom Slingsby, who we just heard from. They all stood out in one of the strongest fields most of us can remember.
Absolutely, and that's it from here, the Royal Yacht Squadron in Cowes. It's a magnificent place. Thanks for voting, thanks for watching, and thanks to Rolex, 11th Hour Racing and World Sailing for this celebration of all that is special about the sport of sailing. From both of us, it's
Good
goodbye.
night.